Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon, where we talk about the movies, TV shows, merchandising, theme parks, I don't know, whatever the case may be. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, I'll be talking about it. So here we go, I reckon. Anywho, so I just thought I would just talk about another article, and whatnot. And it says when the controversy over Disney show it's win or lose, by the way, when it comes to having like a new Christian character and whatnot. So this has something to do with religion, and yes, of course, having a stance for diversity, of course. And this is one of those things I've heard about, but not really gone into detail that much, really. But anyway, let's just get straight to the point. This goes in the article, of course. And by the way, I've not seen this show, Win or Lose, so I can't really speak about its quality of writing or anything really. I'm pretty sure it's halfway okay, but I'm not sure. That's kind of besides the point of what I'm talking about here. Yeah, about the whole thing with explicitly Christian, yada yada yada, the whole thing, the new series. I mean, this show was already getting a lot of controversy anyway, because yes, of course, it has something to do with a trans character being added to the series. And yes, of course, and Disney wanting to put a plug on a certain character because of that from this show, which also, of course, had some backlash because of that. Which, of course, if I had to criticize Disney for anything, it would be that. I mean, come on, now give me a break. Disney pretty much had a lot of pushback for a lot of diversity. The diversity in itself is not what I'm complaining about. What I'm complaining about is Disney, the company, with the people who worked on the show. I mean, the people who worked in the show, I guess, isn't showing a backbone. Yeah, okay. If you're going to include a trans character, fine, include a trans character, but don't back down just because people were complaining about it. Give me a break here. Don't bend at the knee. Yeah, so yeah, it's just kind of a bit of tension anyway. When it comes to an aim for this culture wave of pushback and whatnot because of diversity and whatnot in Disney. And there's been a lot of Disney fans online speculating exactly what this latest move might mean. Is Disney entering a new conservative era, or is it just business as usual, as the article would suggest? So I do realize that a lot of the religious individuals have been complaining about Disney anyway, which I've talked about on a multitude of different times, by the way. But I don't mind talking about Disney fighting off these religious people. I've talked about quite a few times already, and I will continue to talk about that kind of a thing. I don't mind it really, but I just kind of feel I'm just regurgitating the same thing over and 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 this is no different because for one, a lot of the Christians, or primarily the Christian conservatives, want the company to go into the more conservative perspective because apparently if you're trans somehow that means you don't care about family, that somehow means you don't care about having this wholesome family values, somehow that means you don't care about having friends, you don't care about having a good job, you don't care about having I guess a good household, yada yada, having these wonderful memories and sharing this nostalgia type memories, yada, that kind of thing. That's a huge misconception because when it comes to being trans, that somehow means that you don't care about anything other than yourself. You're just miserable. Like the one old saying goes, misery loves company, which doesn't make any sense because you can be a miserable individual regardless of gender, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your gender you would identify as, regardless of your ethnic background, regardless of how rich, poor. If you're going to be a miserable individual, none of that matters. Rich, poor, somewhere in the middle, tall, short, somewhere in the middle, what it doesn't matter. If you be a miserable person, you'll be a miserable person regardless. This is not an exclusively thing towards trans people. Are there trans people who are miserable? Of course, but that's down to the individual, not the community as a whole. So I never understood that really. It just doesn't make any sense. And yes, people got mad at the fact that there was a mere possibility of having a trans character in the show, or any kind of show really. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one per se, of course. It just could be any show really. Anything remotely Disney related. It could be movies, it could be the merchandising, whatever. Anything that's trans related that's going to be attached to Disney in any shape or form. It could be the music, it could be the video games, whatever. People just find it sick, or it's disgusting, it's repulsive. Oh, Disney does not care about family and whatnot. They lost the way and all that jazz, which is ridiculous. If anybody is making this political, it's the religious people. The religious people are the people who make this political, because trans people just want to live their lives. That's it. How is that so difficult to understand that trans individuals just want to live their lives and that's it? How is it so difficult to understand, really? I don't get it. Anyway, let me just wrap things up here. It just seems ridiculous, of course. So this series, of course, win or lose, it's a sports thing, of course. It's a sports themed story, which made it. It was debuted in Disney Plus, of course, at the end of February, I believe, which follows a team of these preteen softball players, with each episode focusing on a different character, which is fun because there's a lot you can do with that, of course. And yes, reports according to this article were made about what actually happened to win or lose trans character that seemed to be in conflict. So there was that. So in December, the Hollywood Reporter reported that Disney characterized the changes as simply removing a few lines of dialogue that refers to the character's gender identity from one character's storyline. But as Deadline reported, Pixar had explicitly sought a trans voice actress to play the role of the said character, and she later described herself as very disheartened by the changes. Which I can't blame the person, but come on, Disney. If you want to have a trans character, fine. Leave the trans character there. Anyway, that'll be it, folks. So, as always, thanks for watching, and take care. See you.